Hi, Julia.
Hello, so glad to have you on online travel talks. Seb Serrasin is the account director for the Samoa Tourism Authority, and he has also the European office for Samoa. And it's so wonderful to have you with us today. And what a view behind you. I mean, Seb, I just want to dive in there right now. It's just
I
a
know, right?
lagoon, or what is it? It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's not quite a lagoon, actually. It's called Tosua, which means the giant swimming hole. So as the name indicates, it's a big hole. It's about 60 meters in depth altogether.
Yeah.
And the water that you can see at the bottom of the hole there is actually seawater, because the
Yeah.
site is located very close to the beach. And if you're a good diver, you can actually literally go at the bottom of that hole and cross onto the ocean through a small tunnel. I haven't done it. I'm a bit claustrophobic, so definitely not for me, but some people do it. And
Amazing.
yeah, it's a very famous site in Samoa. It probably is to Samoa what the Eiffel Tower is to Paris, or Buckingham Palace is to London.
Okay.
You have to go to Tosua whilst you are in Samoa, and it's an Instagram dream. I mean, it's a selfie dream. We're very fortunate. We've got beautiful landscapes in Samoa, and you will find beautiful spots like this all over the islands, but this has to be the most recognizable and the most photographed by a mile.
And I understand through the pandemic that Samoa has some conservation type initiatives that have gone on, something to do with the US government.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Samoa has always been very big on sustainable tourism, green tourism. And over the last few months, there has been an initiative that was sponsored by the US government addressing climate change. Like everywhere else, we are subject to climate change. And it's obviously a cause for concern, especially when nature really is one of the main reasons why guests come to visit us. They really come down for culture and nature. We're blessed to have beautiful landscape, very rich ecosystem. Within a matter of minutes, you can get from a lava field to a rainforest to beautiful beaches. And over the past few weeks, there has been a program launched in Samoa to really address the reforestation of mangrove in Samoa, to just really make sure that those beautiful mangrove are not going to be disappearing because of the climate change.
Excellent. Yeah, so a good time to be doing that sort of initiative. Excellent. And so how has Samoa fared in the pandemic anyway? I gather its borders have been shut pretty much the whole time.
It has been shut. We were very, very quick to shut the borders, actually. Probably one of the first countries out there who, back at the beginning of 2020, decided to shut the borders. It's worked really well for us, because we are one of the very rare countries out there that can still say we are COVID-free. There hasn't been any COVID transmission to the local population. And that's thanks to having those borders shut quite tightly at the very beginning of the process. They are still shut. There are talks at the moment to possibly launch a travel corridor with our neighbors, New Zealand, which is also the biggest market for Samoa. We are hopeful that it will take place before the end of this current year, and hopefully the rest will follow, and we will be able to welcome European visitors in the spring of 2022. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, it's wishful thinking on my part, but it's looking that way at the moment. We both know that the situation can change any minute. So yeah, fingers crossed. April of 2022, we will be able to fly back to beautiful Samoa.
Brilliant. And I gather that Samoa has also been doing all sorts of initiatives, one being training the nation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been a time to rethink, reboot, improve what needs to be improved. And one of the many initiatives that head office in Apia conducted with the local tourism industry was to upskill people working in the industry. Many of the staff that you will face when you are staying in a resort or in a hotel would be young people, usually who live in neighboring villages. And the majority of those youngsters have not gone to a hotel school. They haven't, they've really learned the job on the job, and they're doing a great job. but they don't necessarily have all the skills that are required. And we have taken this opportunity really to train them how to be better receptionists, cleaners, and so forth. There's been a big focus, obviously, on health and safety, and teach the staff in the resort how to keep all of the surfaces clean, use of PPE, and so forth. There's also been a course that just finished and it was very successful, which was training people in resort to upskill their pastry skills. Samoan have a very sweet tooth, and the desserts are absolutely out of this world. So yeah, there's been quite a few initiatives out there to really help those people getting better at their jobs and keep them busy as well, because the majority of the resorts are shut, at least during the week. And that was a perfect opportunity really to maximize that free time and better equip the local staff.
Yes, and food is a big thing for Samoa. They love their food. And yeah, we had a really good coffee break webinar, didn't you?
That's right.
Last year, all about that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, food in Samoa is very important. It's not so much the food itself, although the food is very fresh, delicious, mostly sourced locally. It's the process of eating and it's the preparation leading up to the meal that's really important. It's really a bonding exercise, mostly for the young men in the villages, because in Samoa, and I know I told you that at the time, in Samoa, men do the cooking. Women are not really expected to work in the kitchen. Men gather usually in the middle of the afternoon together in the only kitchen in the village, which is an open air building right in the center. And together they prepare the umu, which is the local way of cooking the food, which is underground. And they will be preparing the food and let it steam slowly until it's ready to be shared with the entire village in the evening. So food has always been very, very important in Samoa. And it's delicious. As I said, we're very fortunate to be quite self-sufficient when it comes to the food. Most of the meat, fish, fruit, and vegetable are sourced locally. And we have actually just released a brand new cooking series called Kuka, the Taste of Samoa, in the middle of June. And that is something that your viewers can actually have a look at if they want to. They just need to go on our Facebook page, which is Samoa Tourism Europe. And we are posting these videos every week. And I believe that I actually have a short trailers just to whet your appetite and show you what the show is all about. So if you
that'd be great.
We are here in beautiful Samoa and we are super excited to be your hosts for Kuka, the tastes of beautiful Samoa, Season 2. All right. Gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. This is amazing. Look at all the food we have here. Come on. For me, it's going to be pretty challenging, but we're going to give it a go. Oh, yes! And when they say it's red hot, they mean red hot.
Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
Do you smell?
Put it in your mouth.
Put it in my mouth. Oh, okay. You want me to try it right now? Woo. I really like this. It's savory. We have got some fantastic adventures coming up and we're going to be trying some absolutely amazing local dishes. Really, really flavorful.
Samoa is sustainable.
We didn't catch too many fish, but luckily we did manage to catch one.
Oh, not bad, Huey.
You know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give it a try.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to it every Friday. It's released every Friday. I've actually tried a couple of the recipes myself. And they've done a great job. I mean, I hope that the trailer shows that the post-production is really good. Those two guys are hilarious. Yeah, I really invite everybody to tune in. Again, just go on the Samoa Tourism Authority Europe page on Facebook and you will be able to see the series so far. I think we've released 6 episodes, sorry. And the next one will be coming out this coming Friday.
Brilliant. And I love the name of it, Kuka.
Exactly.
And they're like laughing away. It does, I mean, there's nothing like, eating in literally in the country that you go to and tasting all the amazing local delicacies. And I mean, but whilst we can't quite do that, to have a crack at cooking Samoan dinner, wow, Oh yeah, that's really a good initiative anyway. So, and then, you know, it'll make you want to go there all the more, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's a very simple ingredient. The main thing you need to have for pretty much all of the dishes that you can prepare in Samoa is coconut. So make sure that you go to your local supermarket and pack up
You
on
sure it's
coconut.
not a beach? You sure it's not a beach that you really need? And
I wish, yeah, that would be nice as well, right?
a little fire, you know, bit of flex. I don't know. Great. Okay, so now also I understand that Samoa has sort of been improving its technology and again the pandemic and trying to sort of get through various things from a technology point of view.
Yes. Did we not already tackle that, Julia? I thought that
No, we haven't tackled that one. No.
Okay, I thought we had. Obviously, it's
No.
when we were actually talking earlier on. Yes, absolutely. Samoa has been, so Samoa Tourism Authority head office has been spending quite a lot of time to review our digital channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and so forth, and really spend more time on them, grow the audience, be more consistent with the messaging, have regular posts out there. So that's been on our social media side. We've also been working quite closely with Google to really optimize the destination on Google. We were there before, but we didn't necessarily rank very well. And it's incredibly important because the vast majority of people planning a holiday today will be using Google at some stage during the planning of the holiday. They might not be booking online, hopefully they're not, and they're using the travel agent, but they will go online to look for information, ask questions in forums, pick up some tips. And we were not, again, necessarily ranking as high as we possibly could. So there's been a lot of work done with Google to really uplift the destination when it comes to people using Google to plan their holiday. And we've also been developing a Samoa app, which is very similar to the NHS tracing app. So that's been launched as well, and it will be it will be available to anyone visiting Samoa in the future. And the principle is very similar to again, the COVID-19 app, which allows you to see if somebody that is positive has been in the area. So yeah, there's been quite a lot of time spent on new technology, which is still reasonably new for Samoa. That was definitely needed. And
absolutely. So the trade, increasingly they ask us where they can find information, you know, whether it's photos, videos that they can use in promotion of destinations. So OTT actually is going to start adding that into our top tabs that you can find collateral that way. So we've got a project started there, so we'll be delighted to link to any of your collateral there. But in the meantime, where would a travel professional find information that they can use about Samoa? Where's it best to go?
Yeah, so that's another thing that head office has been spending a lot of time on, was to refresh and increase the content of our digital library. The link is, you know what, Julia, I am not quite sure what the link is because it's actually a tab on my computer.
Where is it?
It's samoabrandkit.io. I don't know if we can maybe put the link in the video, but yep. samoabrandkit.io, and that is packed with high resolution pictures, but also a lot of video clips that can be used for Instagram or TikTok if you wanted to. And obviously additional information can be found on our website, which is simply www.samoa.travel. And the link, I believe, is also indicated on the OTT travel platform.
Great. Okay, that sounds really, really good. So we're kind of coming to a close now. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention about Samoa?
Yeah, there's another great initiative that has taken place over the last few months in Samoa, bearing in mind that the borders remain shut, so nobody can come in, but likewise, nobody can get out either. STA, head office in Samoa, worked with the local stakeholders, hotels, operators to really promote the destination within the local market. Because, and it's quite hard to believe, being such a small country, but there is quite a fair amount of Samoan who live on the big island of Savaii who have never done the 1 hour crossing to visit the main island of Upolu. Partly because I suppose when you live in paradise, you don't really have any reason to go anywhere, but also the local cannot necessarily afford staying in a 4-star hotel. Samoa is still a third world country, so people don't really have much money to spend. So Samoa Tourism Authority has been working with the local operators and hoteliers and came up with very, very good rates that the local were able to take advantage of. And a lot of the resorts have actually been operating throughout the weekends over the last few months. And the campaign was very successful, and we've seen a lot of people coming from one island to the other and really treat themselves for a weekend, stay in a 4-star, have a massage, enjoy a nice buffet, and again at rock bottom prices. And we actually did launch this campaign a few months ago with a short video clip, and I will be able to share that with you now as well.
Right, what a great idea. Looking forward to seeing that video clip.
The borders are closed. Let's explore our paradise.
Oh yeah? What's something different you want to try?
How about these beach valleys?
Yeah, I love beach valleys, mga iya sa vid.
But it's also nice to escape to a luxury resort.
How are you two?
Sorry, one Wi-Fi.
I usually unwind at home, but this is much more relaxing.
I love the beach, check out kaya at Sami.
Ai, esse foi le mana, ia male malu le vai.
Refreshing and cool like me.
E manongi kuka le fale, but every once in a while, it's good to treat ourselves.
There's lots of great experiences here in our shores.
What are you waiting for? Try something different.
There you go. So this is ongoing, and it's been really successful, and it's great because, first of all, a lot of the locals were able to have the first holiday in their life, and also it's have the resort. Although they are, most of them are shut during the week, they are able to open over the weekend, and they do have traffic coming from Friday through to Sunday, so it's keeping the staff with the job as well. And as I said, it is an ongoing project, and it will help the local trade until the borders hopefully will reopen in not too distant future.
Brilliant. I think it's also a very clever idea because to get all the people enjoying the tourism facilities of the island means that when the international travellers do return, they'll be full of lots of tips. And also they'll be able to sort of share in the experiences because they can say, oh yes, I went on that boat trip, or oh no, it's that I hadn't been snorkeling there before, but boy, you should go snorkeling there, you know, I don't know. Whatever they're going to say is going to help.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, everybody's got a mobile in Samoa as well. I mean, everybody's going to be taking selfies, and that's shared on social media. So it's a very good way to actually advertise the destination outside the borders.
Yes.
And hear it from the people who are actually experiencing those hotel resorts as guests themselves. So absolutely, yes. Yeah. Yes,
for sure. Absolutely. So, well, it's wonderful chatting to you today, Seb, and great to hear all about Samoa and what's been going on and what the update is. It's a shame we have to wait till April of next year, but, you know, understandable. However, advanced bookings, why not? You know, get your bookings in. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. You don't book Samoa at the very last minute anyway. So now is actually the really good time to have a look at flights, have a look at hotel and book and travel later.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Online Travel Talks today.
Thank you very much, Julia. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.